Welcome to the Feel Good Birder podcast. On today's episode, Jeff and I will be talking. Jeff, what's up, buddy?
Not much, Jimmy. How are you?
Good. I really spent a lot of time preparing for that intro. So
I know that intro was amazing. I loved it.
Good.
It's fantastic.
Good. I put a lot of work into it.
I know.
So, I don't think I've seen you for a few weeks now.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, but I think we've each been kind of doing stuff.
Yes.
So, yeah.
We've been doing this stuff.
We've been birding in different locations, making different goals. I think we've just had
different things going on.
There we go. That's what the stuff was.
So, with that in mind, I don't know what stuff you had going on, and you know a little bit of the stuff that I had going on. So
I do. Would you like to start with your stuff?
We can start with my stuff.
Start with your stuff, yeah.
Okay. Well, this weekend, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or whatever, you would have seen that I kicked off on last Friday was my birthday, and for the next...
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I'm not doing that just to get birthday love. I'm just actually, it's the mile marker. It's the start of the race.
It's the meaning behind the thing.
It's a date I won't forget. So hopefully, but I started what I'm calling a mini Maryland Big Year. I don't know why I just don't call it a Maryland Big Year. For whatever reason, mini makes it better.
Because it sounds better. It's the alliteration.
Mini Maryland Big Year.
Yeah.
So I started that, and to kick it off and to sort of do something for my birthday, I went to Somerset County, Maryland.
I was just there.
We talked about it on the last episode.
We did.
That's sort of a little bit of inspiration there. It's part of the reason why I went, and the other part was because Janes Island State Park, the campsites, you could get a cheap campsite on the bay, so that was a big part of it too.
Both of those things are good, yeah.
Yeah, kind of a second best to Assateague, so
yeah,
maybe not,
yeah,
maybe not second best.
Assateague's not cheap though, so that's why.
Assateague's a little more expensive, but
yeah.
Janes Island, Crisfield, Somerset County might be like the sleeper spot for Maryland birding.
It's a sleeper pick. All right,
it might be. I've got 21 other counties I need to bird in, but yeah, that was a strong start. So
there we go.
I briefly explained what was going on, but if you don't know. For my mini Maryland Big Year, I have reset my life list. But really what I did was I just started a list for the next year. Mm-hmm. And the rules for me is to push myself as a birder and a photographer. And so the rules are I need to see the bird in Maryland. Obviously, that goes without saying. I need to photograph the bird, and it needs to be a photograph that I would be willing to print, or not just an identification photograph. It has to be decent enough that I'd put it on Instagram or show somebody else, not just like, oh yeah, I saw that, cool. Right,
oh yeah, it's right here, 3 pixels.
Now it's on the list. So started that, and it was pretty good. We did Janes Island State Park, and Saturday was the only full day we had there. With my dad. But Saturday was the only full day we had, which was fine. We started the day at Rumbly Point.
I know that place well.
I went there because you went there, and it was awesome. And I would go back just to go to Rumbly Point for like 4 or 5, 6 hours.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely next summer. We have to plan something.
Yeah, Rumbly's good. And Janes Island is like 10 minutes away.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Janes Island's off of 413, which is the road that runs from US 50 down to Crisfield. So it's off of 50. It's off of 413. So you don't drive by a big sign that says Janes Island State Park. Honestly, I think it's just a little sign that says Janes Island State Park.
It's a little brown sign that just like is in the corner.
It's bigger going the other way How that makes any sense, I don't know. But
you're now leaving. Just the bigger
it's like
sign.
you're leaving Chrisfield, and that's where it's like Jane's Island over there. It's like,
yeah.
if you live here, I feel like you already know that. But whatever. Maybe the first stop in Chrisfield is the marina. See the water.
And
I don't know.
You just go over there from there. Yeah,
and
I don't
then
know.
you do the natural little U-turn at the end. If you've been to Chrisfield, you know this. If you haven't, 413, the route just ends. It's like a main street Chrisfield, and then it ends, and it's just like a U-turn. You make a U-turn, and then you are going the other direction. No signs, and it is what it is. It just ends. If you
Does it end in the water, or just
if you kept going, that's where it would end.
Yeah,
you would be in the water. If you kept going. So that's why you do a U-turn.
Yeah, that's why you turn it around. I got it. That's funny.
But Rumbly Point, 10 out of 10. Loved it.
You got something I couldn't manage a picture of, though.
Well, I thought it was something else until you corrected me.
Well, it's a hard one to ID, man. Like,
Well, after I looked at it again, I was like, yeah, maybe. And then I ran it through Merlin. So
yeah.
I just actually dropped the so I just dropped, sorry about that. I just dropped the reel teaser or whatever for last week's episode, which is live on YouTube now.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you haven't heard that episode yet, maybe pump the brakes and back up and check that one out. Or not. I don't care. Do what you
whatever order you want, man.
I'm sure Jeff won't take it personally if you don't listen to his interview. But you should.
You should.
The interviewee was the guy that was doing the interview did a great job.
I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. I interviewed him the time before that.
So if you're not caught up on the Feel Good Birder, our episodes are all on YouTube. But I'm getting sidetracked here. So Rumbly Point, we're out there, and I knew there were salt marshes, but I didn't think I would see a salt marsh. So little birds up and down, in and out, and I have like this fixation on marsh wrens. And I was hearing marsh wrens. I was like,
oh yeah, they're all over there.
They're up, down, up, but they were never out. They are terrible flyers.
Oh yeah,
holy cow.
Oh, they just.
It's like they have to fly, and then it's just like they're so bad at flying. But I was watching marsh wrens fly. I was like, I could probably get a shot of one in flight, but they were always flying away from me because they were trying to avoid me, obviously. But so then sparrows were popping up. Seen sparrows pop, and I started shooting pictures. And I got 3 good series of 3 individual sparrows, all of which I thought were seaside sparrows. Until earlier today when you pointed out that the picture I posted, and thankfully you corrected me about 2 minutes after I posted it.
Is that how quick that was?
Thankfully. You're like, that is not a seaside sparrow. That is a salt marsh sparrow, I think. I was like, I checked, and Merlin was like, that's a salt marsh sparrow. I was like, yes. So not only is that the first, let's say, bird of the, meaning Maryland Big Year, it is also a new lifer for me.
There we go.
That's your 500th lifer?
Yes,
and that is
yes, it is.
My first of this project.
Of your Maryland Big Year, yeah.
Maybe we'll do a sticker with a salt marsh sparrow.
Oh, that'd be fun. I have to get a picture of it too, so at some point.
Yeah, and I got lucky. I always say that I got lucky. But
it's skill too. Come on.
If you say so. The other birds that I saw at Rumbly Point: laughing gull, seaside sparrow, salt marsh sparrow. I got some cool barn swallow shots.
Oh yeah, there were a few of them.
A lot of barn swallows.
You had more than I did. Then I had 2 right at the end when I was over there.
I probably had a dozen. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
Snowy egret, willet.
Oh yeah. Was it low tide when you were there?
It was low tide.
I didn't time it. Yeah, I didn't time it right. When I went, it was. I will do that next time. That is a definite need to time better.
If we go on its high tide, we can just take the cruiser, because I drove the cruiser and it did pretty good. Back to what I saw. So laughing gull, seaside sparrow, salt marsh, barn swallow, snowy egret, willet, fish crows, a lot of fish crows, ring-billed gull, and then the list and this transitions into the second part of the day. We went and got breakfast, and at breakfast we had saw the billboard for Smith Island tours. It's like, so I looked at eBird and I looked at the cruise to Smith Island, and both the checklists were solid. I was like, all right, let's do Smith Island. So went to Smith Island, and that place is awesome. I want to go back there. I made a contact that I'll talk about. I made a friend. I don't want to say contact. That sounds too industrialized. But on the way at Smith Island, the list continues. Osprey, brown pelican, lots of yellow-crowned night herons.
Oh, that's a weird one.
4 or 5.
Wow.
And they are super docile, like within 5 or 6 feet of these things. And
wow.
They're just there. Like, I was driving a golf cart around, and I turned and I looked, and it's like there's a fake bird in this dude's yard, and right next to it there was a juvenile yellow crown. I was like, what? And I stopped, and I'm like taking all these pictures of this bird in this dude's front yard. And I was like, oh, I took the golf cart further than I was supposed to, so I turned around and went back. And on the way back, I saw tricolored flying over. I didn't really get great pictures. And then we got back into town, and there was 3 more night herons.
Just in town.
Like, here's a building.
Yeah.
Here's the night. Like, it was just in a bush next to a building. It was just, and it was like looking at me. I'm looking at it. I'm like, whoa. And the thing's like, I see 100 of you a day.
Yeah.
You do not.
You again.
I was like, cool. So I got some cool, like, kind of artsy shots of him. Continuing, glossy ibis just in somebody's front yard.
Wow.
Cormorants, obviously, double-crested cormorants. Little blue herons, lots of them, which was cool.
Those are fun.
3 or 4, which I feel like is a lot.
Have you've seen those before, right?
Once. Didn't have a picture. Got a picture.
Oh, okay.
And then
we saw one at
one at Bombay Hook.
The Bombay Hook. Yeah, that's what I was
did not
thinking.
before it like walked off. I did not have a good picture of it.
Oh, seriously? Okay.
And lastly, tricolored heron. I put it on the list because I got pictures that I could probably do like
post,
small and frame type stuff. So that not all the birds I saw. Obviously, I saw many, many more. Those are the ones I got photographs of.
Pictures, which is what we're counting. Yeah.
15, I think.
That's not a bad list, especially just for pictures.
Yeah, 15.
3
of them were like proper new lifers too, so that was cool.
Wow.
Beyond that,
only you can get really good pictures of lifers. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you hang in the Land Cruiser or whatever to bring the good.
I don't know.
Good birds to the yard.
I didn't know the salt marsh sparrow was the salt marsh sparrow till afterwards. The tricolored heron, maybe not a good picture. Yellow-crowned night heron, just dumb luck. I talked to one of the locals on Smith Island who have a very distinct and awesome dialect. Like, it's been studied. I watched a video on it earlier.
That's cool.
Not to get too sidetracked.
No.
They have their own dialect. It's
Smith Islandese.
No, it's I'm not even gonna try right now.
No.
They have their own dialect, and it's cool. They sound like Southern / English, like England,
like England English. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
The few guys that I talk, and then there's some people that have moved to the island, but yeah, talk to those people. They told me those yellow-crowned night herons are around all the time, and they just hang out. Like, there was one just standing on a rail of a walkway up to the visitor center. It was just standing, and everybody's like, whoa, and this guy from the island's just like, yep, and he walked right by and just, like, looked at him like, hey.
He's like, hey, Steve.
Just getting my daily dose of vitamin D.
Yeah. That sounds like fun, though. That's a good time.
100%. I want to go back.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got 22 more counties, 21 more counties.
Oh, yeah.
But migration, post-migration ducks, I think Smith Island would be solid.
Solid, yeah.
I didn't get a picture of one because they were too close.
Too close.
Too close. Lots and lots and lots of American black ducks. Everywhere.
Oh.
Everywhere. Like, they'd be like crossing the road just like on a nursery rhyme. They'd just be like, there'd be duckies crossing the road. It's like, And I'm like, what? Are those domesticated ducks? No, they're not. They're just, they don't care. Smith Island is awesome for birding.
There we go.
Yes.
You should go. Yeah.
You should go.
I should go.
Jeff Smith. Yeah, beyond that, not a lot. Just backyard birding.
That sounds like a fun trip, though.
Yeah. What's up with you?
I stayed a little more. Well, not a little more local. I mean, I didn't get up. It was unusual this week, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna get up Saturday and then ended up sleeping in. Got an alert pretty early that there were American avocets in Montgomery County.
Saw that.
And was of course they circled for 5 minutes and flew downriver, right?
Yep.
I get a ping later in the afternoon that they are at Bladensburg. They are down right by the border in PG County there, which is, I think, like a 45-minute trip for me.
Not terrible.
It wasn't, like, terrible. And I was like, are they sitting? Like, are they flying or are they sitting? You know what I mean?
You need details.
I'm like, I need to make sure that they're not going to fly even further into
Right.
DC, which for some people might have enjoyed that. But reached out to the person who saw them, and they're like, "Yep, they're just sitting on the mud flat." And I'm like, okay, let's go. So went down, like 13 of them, just sitting in the mud flat.
Okay.
Just having a good time. That was
awesome.
it was my first time seeing them in Maryland, so it added to my Maryland count.
Yeah, I've always seen them in Delaware.
Delaware.
Bombay Hook.
It's Bombay Hook. I think that's
the thing there.
yeah, that's literally the thing. I think
they're on
other
the
than that,
sign.
oh, are they? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
They are on the
They're on
sign.
the sign.
They are on the sign. They're literally meant to be there.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say if I was on a sign, I would go to that place.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I think you went birding on Sunday too.
I
know
did
that-
go birding
I know,
on Sunday.
I know that for a fact.
Well, yeah, I almost ran into you.
Yeah.
Coming back
Well-
from Smith Island.
Well, it's not like it's not like you almost ran into me near your house.
No,
I was driving through. I called you like 2 minutes too late.
You did.
In Cambridge.
In Cambridge, yeah, Blackwater.
Yeah, so 2 hours from both of our respective homes. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna call Jeff.
Yeah.
And you were like, you seem cryptic though when I called you. I was like, what's up? You're like, nothing. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, birding. I'm like, where? You're like, Blackwater. And I was like, if you would have said it a little faster, like I was just getting onto the bird.
Yeah, I'd have turned it and burned it, you know, like, yeah, no. I had a weird morning. Like, I didn't go to Blackwater itself. Like,
Right. Yeah, you told me that.
Mhm,
You told me that.
mhm.
Well, tell us that now.
so I didn't go to Blackwater itself. There were reports of several sandpiper species that were in and around Blackwater, but not in Blackwater, you know? So I guess it's like near Taylor's Island.
Yes.
That whole corridor there that runs past the reserve.
Is it Taylor Island or Elliott Island?
I think it's Taylor's
It
Island.
it might be Taylor's Island. There's also an Elliott Island. It's called the Wildlife Corridor.
Okay, yeah. So I was over there and ended up getting 2 lifers. So that was nice.
Sweet.
For me, that's hard, I guess.
Well, 501 and 502.
I think so.
So you told us that you got 2 lifers. We know that they're 501 and 502. So are you going to tell us what the species are?
Yes, they are stilt sandpiper, which I got a picture of.
Yes.
Relatively decent picture
You
of.
sent me that one.
And then pectoral sandpiper as well.
Excellent.
Which I don't think I got a picture of. I know it was there, though. It was bigger than the rest of the sandpipers, and it wasn't the stilt.
Sandpipers are tough because in those environments, there's 1,000 of them all together just doing sandpiper type shorebird things.
To be fair, there weren't a whole lot, and I actually got blackneck stilt too, so that was really cool.
Blackneck stilts are always really cool to see.
Yeah, there were just 3 of them just like sitting there.
They are so graceful for such long legs.
They're big though.
They are.
They're really really big compared to everything else. That was the funny thing.
They are big, and I don't know, man. Every time I get a photograph of them, they just look so majestic, so graceful.
That wasn't the word I was going to use, but yeah, no, let's go with that.
Well, I mean, you see what they're doing. Like, a photograph freezes when they're like doing something, whatever. Water's flicking off of their beak, and they got one of their really long legs hiked up, and they're preening, and it's like that. But like, they're just wandering around with their big old legs.
They're very wandery. Like that's kind of the word I was going for. They just have these big spindly legs, and it's just
maybe that's why I relate so much to them, because I'm awful wandery too. I just get at it I'm like a tourist in my own house sometimes. It's like, what am I doing? Look at that. So, no, I see. I get it. I understand.
But yeah, that was my Sunday, so that was nice. I got 3 new Maryland species, so I'm up to 275.
That's good.
For Maryland, so I'm hoping getting to 300 for Maryland's going to be tough, but
you can do it. You got the 502.
I did, but I think my best pelagic that goes out of Maryland. It has to be in Maryland waters to count for Maryland.
That's how I'm like now. So somebody I was talking to my dad later on. He goes, "We should go back down and go to Tangier Island," and I was like, "That's Virginia." It's gonna have to wait.
Next year after.
So
that's too funny.
I've got like a family camping trip in October, and it's in Virginia. It's like that's not Maryland, but I can go out and just it can be a break.
Yeah.
The thing that stinks, so when I was leaving Rumbly, when it kind of goes from marsh to sort of woods, it goes from sand to pavement. Right before you started to sort of bear to the left and you kind of go back to that open marshland again, there were 4 red-headed woodpeckers. They were out, they were moving around.
And you didn't get pictures?
I got crystal clear pictures, but pictures that I'm happy with. I got maybe the closest is a juvenile. And I don't want to discount the youngins, but it's not as pretty as its parents. So
yeah. It's still, I don't know. You count your own. You count your own.
You know my rules, Jeff.
I do know your rules. You specifically told me them to make sure that I wouldn't.
You are a man of principles, and I'm a man of my own principles.
Yeah.
Mini Maryland big year.
That's funny. Yeah.
Changes for no person.
It's true. I don't like discounting birds that I know that I hear and see, but I
didn't discount them. I still got to enjoy their company.
You did. You got to count them on your list, just not your mini Maryland big year list.
Yes. I mean, other birds that would have been on a list definitely would have been bald eagle for sure, because I saw one of those. There were other ones. Eastern peewee. Round cap chickadee was sort of one that I was hoping I would get around the campsite because it's coniferous forest right by the water. I was like, and I heard them.
Yeah.
But those dudes are on some high octane stuff. They don't stop.
No, they're on another level.
I mean, they were high. They're always high.
Yeah.
And heard them on and off. Didn't see, just heard. And the other one that I heard was great horned owl at Rumbly Point.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It was calling from the tree line to the west. And I heard it over there calling. And at first I was like, no. And I was standing there like quietly because I wanted to make sure, because they don't just call once or twice. They call nonstop.
Again and again and again.
And I'm standing there and I heard it for sure. I was like, that is a great horned owl.
Yeah.
Didn't see it. I haven't seen one.
They're tough to see.
There are some species that I have yet to see.
Yeah.
That I would like Dick Sizzle would like to see.
Oh yeah. This time of year too, they're pretty good for. There was a report in Carroll County, I think, this week.
I've got a spot. Then it's still there. A friend of mine told me he went up there and saw it. So that would be a good one to get.
Yeah.
Another one, probably like a bobolink.
I have a spot for you for bobolinks.
That would be good.
Yeah.
What
In
else?
Montgomery County too, so
That's fine.
that's
That's
yeah,
fine.
closer.
What else is there? I mean,
Closer
obviously,
than Somerset.
cerulean warbler, obviously.
Yeah. That's gonna be a tough. To get a picture that you want to get of that, I think is gonna be a tough ask.
It will be a few days probably of me having to go up there every day, kind of just waiting.
Sit. Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm, right? Well, I've already been up there 3 times, so fourth time. Might be
Next time's a charm. Let's go with that.
or third year is a charm.
Yeah.
So
True enough.
like
Yeah, because our first year we just like
we didn't even hear 'em.
nothing. Didn't even hear them. We're in apparently the wrong place. You know.
Then we heard and saw them,
Mm-hmm.
but they were a bajillion feet up in the trees.
Oh yeah.
But we did get to see those,
And we got some pictures, but nothing.
the red starts.
Nothing. Yeah, I was gonna say the red star pictures were fantastic.
I think I've gotten a warbler species every time I've gone. So I got the ovenbird first time that we went.
Yep.
And then some like super far off red star pictures. And then the second time you and I went, when you fell out of my truck that time. You remember that?
I do remember that. I think my body still remembers that too. So.
Battle scars.
That is
that
what it
trip,
is.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh no, of course not. Come on.
That trip, we obviously red starts.
Yeah.
Hoodeds. I actually wound up. I never posted it, but I printed a picture of hooded from that trip.
Yeah.
It's kind of a small in frame thing where the hooded's like lunging for a bug. So,
Oh, nice.
But it's not like it's okay.
We'll go back up. Yeah, we'll go back up there. That's an easy trip. That's close. That's close for you too. So that's the other thing. Like
it's not bad. It's just their hoodeds are tough. Ceruleans are tougher. But and then the last trip I went up with Mike, Kentucky warbler.
Yeah. Well, we had heard it when we were up there.
We did.
And then I ended up getting it down at Little Bennett. Really good pictures, but
I think we have to plan it, right? So I've been doing the research.
yeah.
Which is dangerous because
The research is what takes time, man.
I'll read the first 2 lines of something and I will base all of my planning off of those 2 lines when I should really read the entire thing. But it's like, you want to go on a sunny morning after overnight rain. That's the best. And that's all I read. Well, I read why. Obviously, the birds are seeking cover from the rain, and then they're going to stay lower and feed lower, and then as it dries out and the sun comes up, they'll work their way back up in the canopy.
Yeah.
So, being said, we got to add meteorology to our things to keep an eye on.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna need a degree in everything but birding at this point.
I will worry about weather and meteorology. I want you to learn the tide tables.
I've missed tides twice. Like those aren't the only times I've missed tides. Like, but with I've missed
when we went to Chesapeake Beach, but that wasn't like I wouldn't really fault you on that. Like, I wouldn't have thought about it, but now because I got Rumbly Point at low tide, and I drove all the way to that house at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how high the water really gets. I can't imagine that it gets super deep. Maybe it does.
It puddles up, so I don't know if it's like I went when it was coming back up, but it wasn't like because low tide was at like 4 a.m, I guess, and I was there at 6.
Maple Dam Road. Let's use that as an example because we've been to Maple Dam Road together before, and that road sometimes it's totally covered in water.
Well, so does Seabeck. Seabeck does the same thing over on Ken Island.
We were there at low tide then because
we're always there at low tide because you go there at high tide, you're not getting in.
You're right, because I went once during high tide and they didn't even have the gate open.
No,
they wouldn't even. Yeah,
no, they close the gate when you can't get in there, and I think the visitor center's open. Like I think it's high, like it's high, you know, like flood your car out high, you know, like
I've got like over 30 inches of wading ability, so I will push my luck.
And then we'll be pushing it out of the water.
I'm confident. That's
All
why.
right.
That's why I got that thing, dude. I
Yeah,
got that,
true
and so
enough.
I could do stuff like that. Not be like, there could be a fantastic opportunity for something over there, but then
Yeah.
like the road isn't a factor in the photography anymore.
Right.
Which sounds like totally like, who cares? But to me, I care. I don't want like this because I remember there was something in the road, and you're like, and I was like, it's in the road.
What was it? Greater Yellow Legs when we were over
That's right.
back in behind Blackwater.
That was our second trip.
That was
Maple Dam Road. But yeah, no, I was like, no, it's in the road. I call me a snob, but it has to be picture perfect.
You are more choosy with your pictures. I will choose what to post, but I will take any picture of a bird that
if I don't know what it is, I'll take a picture of it. But like that willet, I texted you. I thought it was a clapper rail. Because when I got the picture, it was really far out, and I had only glanced at it, and it was a juvenile.
There are clappers there, though.
I heard them.
I got clappers there. They were sitting on the road because it was a little more wet.
I definitely heard clapper rails, and the spot sort of made sense. It was in a pool. It was on the edge of some marsh grass, and it was just there. It didn't seem bothered by much, and the coloring was kind of close and right, but it had a white breast, and then I looked in juvenile willets and Merlin. It was like, I did see one other thing at Rumbly Point. I wonder if you saw them too. Perhaps. Two bitterns.
Regular bitterns or least?
I don't know.
So I had a least bittern that I got in flight. Not a fantastic picture, but the first picture I've gotten of a least.
So when we got there, the way we had our vehicles at the campsite, my truck I backed in first. And so my dad, we were going to go to breakfast. So he's like, I'll just drive. I was like, that's fine, whatever. So he drove us out there, and he got there and he was vibing, and like he put it in park and threw the door open. And as soon as he threw the door open, it spooked it. And I just saw it go across the windshield, and I was like, that was a bittern.
It was probably at least, honestly. Like
I would probably.
Well, because the leasts look a lot like the green herons. Like I've funnily enough, when I first started seeing leasts, I thought it was a green heron.
They kind of got that orangish color, but they're smaller
and more colorful. Yeah.
But yeah, no picture. And then the second one we saw, same thing, except this time I opened the door. We were at the other end. Bald eagle was coming right at us, and I thought in my brain, I was like, "This is going to be a really good photo opportunity." And right as like I got the camera up, he was like, "Nope," and he did a 180. And
he noped right out of there.
And I was looking at him, I was like, too bad. And I started lowering the camera, and I looked, and here comes a bittern, like again arcing over the hood of the vehicle. I was like,
"Yep,
what? How?" Well, I mean, we saw the bittern at Mickey Bescher like 4 or 5 times. I actually had. They're not good pictures, but I got pictures there.
They're pictures, yeah. It's about as good as I got it in Somerset.
I feel like you have to like stake them out and just sit tight and wait for them to kind of
calm down, and not freak out.
Yeah, they are very, very skittish.
Yeah, so are the regular bitterns though. The American bitterns are a lot like that too.
I feel like they're even harder to find.
They are.
What did we say we saw at Maple Dam Road the one day? Because remember we saw one fly out. Same thing. It just flew out and then flew right back in. Was
it a greater yellow? No.
It was that trip, but it was a bit. It was a bittern. No, it was super colorful. I remember that's when
it was a least. Yeah,
it was a least.
If it was colorful, it's a least. If it looked drab, yeah.
So species like that are definitely, we know they're around, right? But it's like getting
that picture, yeah, and just sitting. I think I've been getting used to a lot more research lately,
yeah,
and just sitting and trying to parse through more material. Before it was like, where can I find this? And I would take the first thing and it'd be like, you can see it there, and it's like, oh, cool. And then I'd go and it's like, that's not there.
Well, that's like I always get new birding spot anxiety. Like I get there and I'm like, I don't know where to go. Everybody says this thing is here, but I don't know where to go to find it. And so
Rumbly was a lot like that, wasn't it?
It was, until I turned the corner and I saw long and flat straight road. I was like, all right, this is where. But I had the moment of like, what about traffic? I'm like, because you see the house all the way at the very
and there's
end.
it's one lane the whole way.
It's one lane the whole way down. There's a house at the end, and I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, if that person's leaving to go get cat, the house is unoccupied. But
I think it's a fishing house. I think they store like crab traps and stuff in there.
That makes sense. But yeah, that road has one purpose, to get to that house, and that's it. But when we went down, the house was like nobody was there.
No,
nobody came in behind us. No other birders.
Nope.
Nothing. So
I feel like that spot is a lot of the birders in Maryland, I think, are more central Maryland. I guess I would describe it
yes, because I think the Eastern Shore, the other side of the bridge, rather, not necessarily the Eastern Shore, but the other side of the bridge, and really west of Frederick County.
Well, because I know that when they were doing the breeding bird survey, like Somerset was one of the really underserved spots. Yeah, that they were trying to find birders for. So
I would, doing something like that. I definitely, if they're like, where do you want to go? I would say I'd go to Somerset in a heartbeat, unless they like Assateague was available. Going to Assateague.
Everybody birds Assateague. That's the thing. Like everyone does a pelagic, and then they do Assateague afterwards. You know what I mean? Like
Assateague is great.
Yeah.
But so is Somerset County. Like, I know. Smith Island, dude.
I feel like Somerset County is a sleeper in terms of like
big time.
Species diversification, especially over the summer. Like, not that it wouldn't be over the winter, but like with as small as those roads are, I would be scared that it would freeze. You know,
Maybe.
like I wouldn't want to drive Rumbly Point in the middle of the winter. You know what I mean?
I would do it.
In your Land Cruiser, I'd do it, but not in my car. I don't have 4-wheel drive, man. Like,
you got front-wheel drive.
That's how you get stuck.
It's a Toyota SUV. At the end of the day, I drive a Toyota SUV. You drive a Toyota. They
everybody does.
Pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So, Somerset, I would go down there. I mean, I'd be interested in going wintertime, but I think Blackwater. A, it's closer. B, better data at Blackwater.
Or if I go that far, I just drive out to Delaware. You know what I mean? Like,
Delaware isn't Maryland, brother.
I get that. You're doing your Maryland. Any other? Sorry, you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, Delaware. You're definitely right.
Because you can get rough and stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like,
I think this is a hot take, but I think between Blackwater and Bombay Hook, I think Bombay Hook is maybe just a little bit better. Scenic wise, Jeff's nodding if you're listening to this.
I am. You couldn't hear the marbles going. Sorry.
I think Bombay is much more scenic, though. I think
Bombay's also bigger, though.
Bombay's bigger, but I feel like everything is sort of pressed a little bit closer to the Wildlife Drive.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
At Blackwater, you've got open bay that goes out quite a ways. So maybe from a birding photography perspective, Blackwater isn't as good because it is more natural.
Yeah, I feel like Bombay, you'd get better pictures, and I think you have, honestly.
I think I've done better at Bombay. I mean, two of the shots that I don't want to call them iconic because I don't think any of my work is iconic. But
okay,
they're okay. I think they're okay. One of them was the two bald eagles perched with their wings out, calling at sunrise, and that literally was from the parking lot of the visitor center.
Yeah,
like I saw a bald eagle come in. I just had gotten my D500, and I was like, oh. And I went over and taking pictures, and little do I know the sun's coming up, so they're totally washed out. I couldn't see them at all, but in the viewfinder, I'm like, oh, this is great. And taking all these pictures. Another one comes in, and I'm taking all these pictures. I get home, and I look at them. I was like, crap, dude, these suck. they're just silhouettes. And
They're
then
all washed out.
then
Yeah.
I bumped up the vibrance a little bit. I
Yep.
was like, wait a second, maybe I could use this shot because it's all artsy.
All artsy. Yeah.
And at the time in my brain, I'm like, I want reference pictures. They need to be clean and clear and detailed. And now I've sort of shifted in that other direction.
In that artsy direction.
The
Yeah,
artsy
that's where I'm going to, because now that I've seen them before, like I don't have that what if I don't get a picture anxiety of it. You know what I mean?
In what it to me personally, it makes it a little more fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're waiting for that bird to do something a little different. Like it's not just perched on a branch.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's
bird on a stick.
Exactly. Like, so I'm looking at a few of the shots that I've got above me. That's why I keep looking up.
Yeah.
And every one of them, there is some type of behavior,
Yeah.
except for the Kentucky warbler, because I just got what I got because it's a Kentucky warbler. And
Yeah. I have to start printing my stuff. I have some stuff up, but like nothing like.
Come on over, buddy.
I know. You have a good printer, I'm guessing. So one of these days,
come over. We'll do a live show. In the little nook behind me, and we'll
in the
print some
nook.
pictures.
Yeah. Oh, that might be fun.
It's a bay window. We could do a live show, film it, and then.
Not a bad idea. Yeah. I want to print the roseate spoonbills I have.
I did. I like that shot. I thought that was artsy.
Everybody I've shown likes that shot. Honestly,
I think it's a cool shot.
I want to work on a little editing with you on that because I've edited about 3 different ways and I don't like any of them.
We can do it. You know the deal.
Yeah.
Send the raw.
I do. Yeah, that's how it works. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll do that soon. You know, we can do a live show. We're coming into fall migration, but
we're gonna have. I think we've got 2 weeks before things start getting busy again.
Things are already a little busy because I got a lot of all the sandpipers are popping now, which is how I was able to get all those.
My birding, I'm a little naive. They're going to be here through the winter, right? Sandpipers and stuff.
It depends. Well,
I know some species because I've seen. Did I see plovers over the winter? What was I wearing? That's how I always try to like. Was I wearing a t-shirt and shorts?
Because the sanderlings will stick over the winter, but I don't think much else will.
Definitely got some sanderlings at we keep talking about Aztec, but
We
definitely
do.
got some.
Aztec's a good spot.
It is a great spot. Got some sanderlings there in March.
Yeah.
I went to Aztec in March. I should have waited like a month.
I did Aztec in December, and it was just very different. I would love to do summer there, but I know those bugs are just vicious.
The bugs, the greenheads are bad.
Yeah.
But the stuff that you use to keep ticks off, apparently they don't like that. So they'll leave you.
Oh, fun. And I also have the mesh for my upper body, so that I just have to wear long pants, but I hate doing it at 95 degrees.
Wear the mesh so I can.
So you could make fun of me the entire time.
I understand it serves a very important purpose, and maybe someday but like right now I see people wearing it and I'm like, why don't you just wear bug spray? And I get it. Some people don't want to. And I'm like, that's how I am about some stuff.
Bug spray ain't enough some days. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, that's the other thing.
You're
like,
right.
Bug spray will get the big stuff, but like the mosquitoes, like they're still zooming around your ears, you know?
The mosquitoes. Well, so when we were out at Jane's Island, we camped and there were like no bugs. And I was like, this is sweet. I don't know how this is working, but there are no bugs. We are like, I could throw a pebble and it would land in the bay.
Was it the humidity? Was it low this week?
It was lower humidity. But I found out, I overheard the dude in the campsite next to me. He was staying there like for a week. He's like, oh yeah, on Tuesday they came through and sprayed.
Yeah, that would do it.
And I was like, oh, well, that's good. And then I found this is a little sad, I found a dead juvenile tree swallow on the ground. And I can only assume that it was from eating bugs that had been sprayed. So,
yeah.
I'll deal with some bugs if it means birds aren't dying.
That's true. Or they can, I don't know, use they just launch all these the non-stinging ones, the males, I guess, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Whatever works.
I don't know.
Bugs are a necessary thing because bugs eat birds and birds
eat bugs.
Birds eat bugs.
If bugs start eating birds, we have a big problem.
It's Jurassic Park. They're back.
We have a big problem if bugs eat birds. Well, they do if they're. All right, I'm not going to go.
We're not going there, right? Thank you for correcting me on that.
Jeff, what did we talk about today? We talked mostly about me, and I sort of stole the show. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That happens sometimes. You had a good trip. We talked about your trip out to Somerset, my trip out to the Blackwater and Bladensburg area, and
seeing the Avocets. That's a good find.
Yeah,
that's
it is
in Maryland. That's a fantastic find.
Yeah,
so
yeah, added to the Maryland list. So I'm hoping to up those numbers coming up. You focus on, I was gonna say, with you focusing on your mini Maryland big year, I think that it's gonna be, I think I'm gonna be adding to my Maryland list quite a bit more.
I'm gonna be looking a lot at the RBA list for Maryland. I was looking at it a little bit before I saw the Avocets in Bladensburg on there, so that's cool that you went out there and confirmed and got them. I wasn't looking at names. Your name was probably one of them.
It was there. It was there. One of the most common names ever, though. So you'd be remiss.
So I looked at Somerset is underserved, right? And you didn't tell me where you were going when you just said you were going to Somerset County. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at eBird the day before I went down there or something. I saw Jane's Island and somebody had birded there. So I was looking through that list, and there was only one other hotspot that had been hit in the last 7 days. I was like, I wonder what that is. And I start looking, it's like, another Jeff Smith. And then I'm like, wait a second. Jeff went to Rumbly Point. He was in Somerset County. So it was like, it clicked. So I'm like, all right, I should go there then.
It was actually me 7 days apart.
There is another Jeff Smith There's at least one other Jeff Smith that birds around here. And I always see the list, and I'm like, was that you or was that somebody else?
You got to click on it because then you're able to figure out who it is. You know my pattern, if you will.
Well, I think it shows the username too.
Oh, does it? Okay.
I think so, and I know your username.
Yeah.
Okay. So I talked too much about Jane's Island and Smith Island and Somerset County as a whole, but I think we collectively have determined that Somerset is, if you want to do some pretty good birding, like on the DL without a lot of other birders, if that's what you're after, check out Chrisfield, Jane's Island, Rumbly Point, Somerset County.
Somerset County as a whole, yeah. I mean, there's parts of Somerset County that we haven't even touched that I hear, like barn owls and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's definitely a sleeper for next year, especially next year. Probably this winter too.
Yeah, this winter. I think we'll probably make a trip to Blackwater. Mm-hmm. Definitely. But we talked about birding on the Eastern Shore.
Yeah. A lot of Eastern Shore.
I think that's the big takeaway. We talked about birding on the Eastern Shore and how awesome it is and how we are lucky. And I'm running up our time. So
that's all right. We're lucky we have that habitat. We have mountains on one side and, 2 hours one way it's mountain, 2 hours one way it's beach. And in between, you've got temperate forest, Maryland's a mini microcosm. It's really good to do a mini big year in this state. It's a little bit more diversity than maybe Delaware mini big year,
Yeah. Well, my next one is going to be a Rhode Island mini big year.
Oh.
I've only driven through Rhode Island once.
Bird every county there. It's a really easy one. There's 4 counties.
Do it in one day.
I know. You literally could.
All right, folks. So, thank you for listening to me ramble, and Jeff be overly super polite and listen to me ramble.
You have good stories. You're a very good storyteller, Jimmy.
Well, I appreciate that. But as always, thank you for listening to the Feel Good Birder podcast. We do really greatly appreciate it, especially to everybody that has sort of transitioned with us over to YouTube. Yeah. We kind of discussed that in a previous episode. It works better for us. From the production standpoint. Yep. And it's starting to build that presence on YouTube as we will probably be branching out and doing other types of content in the future. And so we will already have that foot in the door on YouTube. So thank you. As always, happy birding, and we will catch you next time.